Hello, everyone. I just want to talk to you today. Whenever God put it on your heart to go and make amends with someone, to go apologize, do it. Don't procrastinate. Don't hesitate. Do it, because He's trying to get you to. He's trying to see if you're going to be obedient. Sometimes we don't want to do it because we don't want to feel like we were the one that did the wrong, or we have pride, or we're too prideful. Whenever God tells you to go apologize, do it. He's trying to see if you're going to be obedient. He's trying to test you to see if you're going to listen to Him, and instead of listening to your flesh. Right? That's what He's trying to see. He's trying to see if you're going to listen to Him instead of listening to your flesh. Because sometimes we could be in our flesh. I remember one time that God was telling me to go apologize to someone. And it had been, I hadn't talked to that girl in about 8 years. Yeah, I haven't talked to her in about 8 years. And God told me to go apologize because I didn't really give her a chance to, I didn't really go to her, and see, to hear her side of the story. I just stopped talking to her based on information from another friend. And that shouldn't have been that way. And I had to go be obedient because I really knew what the other friend was saying. I knew that she was telling the truth. I knew she was telling the truth. But I was not also looking at the friend who was coming telling me this stuff. I wasn't looking at her. Because the other girl wasn't talking about herself now, right? She wasn't talking about herself. She had to have somebody, she was talking to. So the both of them were talking about me, and they were supposed to be my friend. And we were younger, you know what I mean? We were younger. So, and this is before I started my personal development journey. This is before I started healing and dealing with myself, because even in that, I ran. I was running. Instead of confronting the young lady, I ran because I didn't want to deal with it. And if you have been following me, you have listened to some of my stories where, I was afraid to confront people. I had a problem with confronting people, right? But God had a way of dealing with me. That's why I'm telling you, if God tells you to do something, you do it. If He tells you to do something, do it. Because He's trying to teach you. He's teaching you in that process. He's teaching you how to be obedient. He's teaching you how to deal with your own issues. But back to the friends. Yes, I had stopped talking to this one friend, and it had been like 6 years. I had cut her off. And when God started dealing with me, taking me on my personal development journey, I had to go apologize to that girl. I had to call her up. I didn't want to do it. And I had to tell her, why I stopped talking to her, why I stopped dealing with her, why I stopped doing this, that, and the other, right? I had to, because God was dealing with me. And He will make you do that. If you have wronged anyone in your past, when God starts working on you, He's going to make you go back and confront all of those relationships, all of those people. I'm outside, so you see the little bugs flying. He's going to make you confront all of those people and all of those things in your past. So nothing in your past won't be holding you back. He will make you go back and deal with that stuff. You can no longer run. When God starts dealing with you, He's going to deal with your past. First, He's going to deal with you. And then He's going to deal with your past. He's going to deal with everything that you ever ran from. That's what He did to me. So that's why I'm telling you, when He tells you to do something, when you feel something in your spirit, you feel like, I need to go apologize to this person, or I need to go dig up this issue, or I need to go do this or that. That's God, doing the work in you. He's doing that to see if you're going to be obedient, and also He's doing the work in you. So don't be afraid to go and confront your past. Don't be afraid to do what He tells you to do, because He's doing the work in you. He's doing something in you. That's how He did me. I had to go back 6 years. I had to go back 6 years. First, this is what He did. First, He dealt with me. I had to stop running. I told you the story about me running from, DCF when I was 5. I was running. I've been a runner. When people have been abused and traumatized and have gone through things, they develop these habits that help them cope. I became a runner. She's a runner. She's a track star. I think they got a song. I was a runner. I ran from everything. I didn't want to confront people. I was afraid of conflict. And guess what God started me to doing? Oh, He started making me very bold. He started making me confront people. I had to go back and confront, her, my friend. Go back and tell her, hey. And it wasn't that I was rude with her or mad or went back doing a read to her. Girl, I know you were. No, I went back. I say, this is what happened. This is why I stopped talking to you. And he was just showing me that there are better ways to resolve conflict. You can still resolve conflict without yelling, without hating people. You don't have to deal with them, but you don't have to hate them either. He was just teaching me how to deal with conflict. And now that I look at it, he sent me back to confront several people. I had to confront several people. Just here in 2019, I had to confront someone who I knew had an issue with me. I had to confront her and ask her, why didn't she like me? Or what did I do to her? She don't like me, the lady, right? And I talked about her in another video, but I had to confront her too. I had to confront her. And, and God was doing more so work in me. I don't know what he was doing for them. He's probably doing something in them too. But for me, he was teaching me that I need to stand up. I need to stop running and deal with these issues. I can't keep, pushing issues under the rug. And that's the same thing with you. You can't keep pushing. I'm not a person that like to push issues under the rug. I like to deal with stuff. I like to talk things out. I like to let people say their piece, say what they have to say, and then move on. That's what I like to do. I don't like to just brush things under the rug, because have you noticed, even in families, 20, 30 years, people brush things underneath the rug, and one little argument happened. One little argument, and they stop talking for 50, 60 years. Some of them people die without ever talking to each other again because of ego and pride, because they never wanted to talk things out, because they still mad at something that happened when they were children that they never discussed. You have people like that. Unfortunately, you have people like that. And it's time to address these issues, and it's time to stop pushing things under the rug, because people are leaving here so quick. People are leaving here left and right without making amends, without forgiving people, without clearing their slate. People are leaving here left and right. People are not getting the chance to make amends with someone. They're not given a chance to, ask for forgiveness. And I'm not that type of person. I am not that type of person. If the person don't want to talk to me or upset and don't want to really, confront the issues, guess what I'll do? I'll pray for them, release them, and move on. Send them a text or a letter or something. But we have to start addressing these issues. You can't be pushing issues underneath the rug. You can't keep doing that. That's not healthy. That's why people blow off the handle. That's what I said. That's why people stop talking, to people for 30, 40 years, because they're afraid of conflict. They're afraid of dealing with the issues at hand. And I'm just not that type of person, I'm just not that type of person. I'm not confrontational in a mean way, but I like to address issues. And that's another thing. Just because you address issues, that doesn't mean that you're confrontational. Doesn't mean that you're mean and nasty because you want to resolve something. I'm a problem solver. I don't like conflict. I don't like issues. I don't like things being pushed underneath the rug. I like to resolve things and move on. That's what I like to do. I'm a problem solver. That's why I'm here on this channel. I am a problem solver. I don't have time for foolishness, right? So that's what I wanted to tell you. If God is putting something in your heart to go talk to someone, to go bring something up, to rectify something, do it. Don't be afraid to do it, because God is trying to teach you. He's taking you somewhere. When he's taking you somewhere, he's going to deal with you. And when he starts dealing with you, he's going to have you to start dealing with people. Yes, you're going to start dealing with people. He's going to deal with you first, right? And then he's going to have you start dealing with people, like the issues that you have with people. He's going to make you go back and deal with those. Whether or not that person like it or not, he's going to do it. You're going to go back and deal with those issues. So just be obedient. Do what he tells you to do.